Hello everyone, good afternoon and good morning, because I know that there are also people watching from Brazil. Pedro, welcome to Design Donderdag, which is Dutch for Thursday. But we kept the name because it's our brand. Welcome to the show. Where are you calling from? Where are you living in Brazil?
Hello, everyone. My name is Pedro. I'm 28 years old. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Rio.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, thank you for being here. We're going to be talking about, is design a game? It was a very mysterious title also, because it's also a mysterious game that we can discuss in this dashboard. But first of all, if you're watching via LinkedIn or YouTube, let us know. Maybe you can tell us where you are currently watching this show, because I'm very curious to see if we're getting more international or not. So say hello. And some people are already doing it. Hey, Martijn. Nice that you're watching. And
Hello,
so what we're going to be showing is, as what I already announced in the post also, I saw this dashboard coming by 1 month ago from you. And it was about a game. And you can tell a little bit more about the game in a minute. And I thought right away, hey, this is quite an original dashboard. It is not the typical business dashboards that I see. You put your whole design into that, and I thought, hey, that's a nice guest to share how you did it also, not only what you made but also how you did it, and we can learn from it, maybe also in the more typical business dashboards, maybe tips and tricks. So I'm very happy that you want to do that. I'm talking way too much, but I kind of shut my mouth now, because can you tell us a little bit what is the dashboard about? And how did you come to the idea?
Well, the dashboard is about a game released to PS4. Its name is Bloodborne. It's a game about a hunter. When you have to go to a town with is full of a disease that is growing up. The villagers are becoming sick, and the task of the hunter is to discover what's going on with this town. So this game is full of resources, a database. There's a huge database. There are a lot of items, bosses, mysteries, and there's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of a full content that we it's so lovely to play Bloodborne. So I found a website that contained a huge database. So I thought, wow, if
sort
I
of
have this,
because this is a role-playing game, maybe people are
it's an
familiar with
actual.
it or not, but indeed there's a lot of data in there also, so in that sense makes sense to make a dashboard out of it. And there's a Wikipedia kind of page with all this information on it, right?
Exactly, it's a huge database. There are a lot of items, a lot of NPCs. The NPCs are non-player characters, so we have a lot of information, attires. We have a lot of things, a lot of stuff. So I happily found a website that could give me the possibility to create an Excel database. So I would create a dashboard about Bloodborne.
So shall we just take a look at what the end result is, and then maybe we go back to the beginning, where you got the data from, what transformations you did, and what design elements you picked? Yeah. Shall we just show it to the people?
Sure.
I put already the link in it, because you have made it public. So in our announcement, you see also the link where you find the interactive version. But if you go in your screen to the dashboard, I will add your screen to the. Yes, there it is.
Everyone is.
I see it. Yeah.
Okay. There's the main page of the dashboard. It's fully made on Power BI, Microsoft Power BI report. So it's all of resources were made using built-in features, but some graphics, some visual resources I use the Photoshop, but it's an external specific image tool. So the source is Bloodborne Wiki. I'm so grateful to them to compile this all of data. So we have this radio button. If you click here, you go to another screen. It's not so clear what you exactly must do to start the report. There's a reason for that, because Bloodborne has a lot of mysteries, so it's not so clear the game as well. That you have to discover by yourself. If you click here again, you return to the main page, but with a different event. There is a doll. The doll, it represents the person who guides you through the game. So if you click on her, she will appear. She will talk to you, giving you an interview, a preview about the what's going on. So here we have an image created, obtained from Google. We have a text message and with some text, and we have a button right here. If you click here, you start the hunt. Start the hunt means start the report as well. If you click,
so it's really a game, eh? It's a little bit like a point and click adventure, eh? Of the old times, a point and click.
Yeah.
See, where do I need to click? Eh?
Yeah,
exactly. Monkey Island, eh? That were the games that I played when I was young. Yeah,
it's a gamification inside Power BI.
Yeah.
The first screen, the first page is about characters. If you click on this icon, it shows the doll again and explaining to the users, the visitors of the report, what is exactly going on. Oh, you are on the character screen, so here you find some data about your personal character. So we have classes in this screen. So these classes are being shown in a table visual. This table visual can allow to us some tooltips to explain what is exactly these classes. Same as covenants. Covenants are exposed in a table visual. So there are tooltips that explain the descriptions of these tables. We have attributes. So we relate classes and attributes. So for instance, professional has the most skill. The most skill from comparing about the others classes, and in this icon we have some wisdom. The wisdom is your knowledge in the game, so you can see what other people can't. So if you click here, you see some data to analyze about the dashboard. You can see vitality by class. You can see all of the attributes by classes and compare all of them. If you click on this icon, you return to the main page, but you can go to another one to see the weapons. You see the weapons in the database. We have 4 categories for the weapons. We have a weapon, we have firearm, shield, and torch. So here we have the name of the weapon, the description, the image, and the values. Weapons causes damages, physical, blood, arcane, fire, bolt, all of these damages, and they have durability. So we can choose another one, and we will see its name, its description, its picture, and these are buttons with tooltips and image that represents the weapon which causes most physical damage, the firearm which causes most blood damage, and so on.
So it really looks amazing, eh? So I already see some comments saying the same. It's amazing, and it really, as a player, because of course it's a very complex game, it helps you to see, okay, what choices do I need to make? I need to develop myself in to maybe beat this large boss. So it really gives you, it has visualized the Wikipedia page, because there's a lot of tables and scrolling, and here it's interactive. So maybe, because I think we have a picture of what the end result is, but maybe it's nice to talk about how did you create this. So, oh yeah, funky styles. Yeah, my two favorite things, gaming and Power BI. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, let's go
but
on
what was the first step you did to do this? Because you mentioned the Wikipedia page, so maybe we can start there.
Okay, I will click here in the source, and I will be redirected to the Bloodborne wiki. There are a lot of resources. There is the background. There is this image. These resources icons. So I actually I data mining these resources. I will click here in, for instance, in attire. So we have the list, all of these attires divided by head, chest, hands, and legs. All these parts of the attires, and the armor set. Armor set is the full attire, which represents the head, chest, hands, and legs. When you have info for that, for instance, we have the doll set. The doll set is made by doll hat, doll clothes, doll gloves, and doll skirt. Each part of the attire, the armor, has some values, and which represents database. It means data. Doll hat has a name. This attire has a name, doll hat. It has a description. It has an image. So I have to click here, open in a new tab, and I open in the new tab and I copy the link, so I can import this link, this image dynamically on Power BI.
And you mentioned you put this into an Excel sheet for now.
It
took you a lot of time to get this information, because picture by picture you copied the URL, right?
Yeah, I had a lot of work. I took 12 days to complete all of the work. Through the beginning, building the database to end the report design. So I have a few tables: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 tables to create all of the database. I have attributes. It's a table. Atributo means attribute in Portuguese. We have a code, a name, a description, and an image. So we have classes, a code, a name, a description, and I have a relation between them. So which class, looking at the analyzing by attributes, I have these values, so I can filter, I can create a relationship between these tables. I have pacto. Pacto means covenant. So I have code, name, description, image. And when I copy the description from the Bloodborne wiki and paste it on Excel sheets, it happens this line feeds. So it's not so clear. It's not so clean. It's not. I must to do some transformations to transform these to these. I must have all of the phrases, the words in the same cell.
Box. Yeah.
I
so that's what you do in Power Query, I imagine.
Exactly.
Before we go there, Pedro, because someone is asking, funky styles again. Was it also possible? Did you consider using some sort of a website connector so that you can live read it from the website page, or was that not possible in this case?
What must I do to make this perfect to analyze.
Yeah. Nee, but what he's asking, because you have this default web connector in Power BI, which, typically scans the whole HTML page. And maybe, I don't think it would have worked, to be honest here, but because you need also the URLs of the pictures on the page, for example. But for standard tables, this web connector could work. But I think it's too complex here, because it's all over the place, and you need text blocks indeed. So I don't think it would have worked,
Maybe we could do this easily on Python, because if we visit the doll head, for instance, we have some this kind of link. We
That's
have
a unique URL.
Yeah, we have 2015. So 2015. So
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We are here talking especially on the design. So you collected all this data, and then you loaded that into Power BI. You made some adjustments in how do you call it? Power Query. And can you tell us a little bit, because I'm very curious about that. How did you, because it's quite fast, your dashboard. How did you implement this nice graphics in your dashboard? Is that something maybe you can tell us a little bit more about?
Sure. In Power Query, we have to import these tables, right? So I try to minimize my efforts through all of these steps. So I will not paste these paragraphs and break line here to join all of them. No, I paste that, and my job will be transform and clean this data in Power Query. So in Power Query, we have some, for instance, we have vestimenta. Vestimenta means attire, the clothes. So we have this step. So source, I import the navigation. That's basically what's going on Excel. So cabeçalho means the header. I am promoting the headers to have the columns. Limpeza means clean. I'm cleaning. I'm choosing columns. If we see table.select columns, it means I'm choosing the columns that I want to analyze, to transform. I don't want to take the garbage that has on my database to my report. Substitui valores means replace values. So I'm replacing when vestimenta is homem, then male. Else, if it's mulher, then female. Else, if it
translating into English,
it's not new, then both. Because we have attires specifically to men, specifically to women, to woman, and we have the both. For instance, the doll are at a kind of attire that can be used for both of them. If you create a male character or a female character, you use the same set. Filtro means filter.
That's what I could have guessed, because I'm learning a lot of Portuguese here.
Yeah, there's a lot of
like filter. Yeah. Nee, but this is clear, Pedro. So you did a lot of clearing of the data to make it in the end like this, that you have on one line all the information that you need in the language that you want. And you did that for every table. And so it's an important point, George. So I like it that you stress this. Preparing the data, that's of course for the design also critical. Otherwise you have a lot of work with it afterwards. But how? My question was also, so if we go now to the front end, how did you, for example, this is a background I imagine, but maybe you can show us how did you create this nice pop-up with the doll and the text? How did you do that?
Great. When I in 2012, I started to develop some games on RPG Maker 2000. So I like to do that. I like to program. I like to develop some games. One thing that I learned is to create these big faces. What is big faces? It is when you talk to someone in a game and shows up a image from its head and chest and a text message, so you can clearly see who is talking to you. So if we click here, we have three pages. Hunter's Dream, which you click here, it's a button, a simple button with this icon, so it has a action to destination, and its style is, let me see, it's this icon right here. When by default it's on the left, but if you press it, you will show it to the right. So it means
smart. I like it.
So
that's smart.
You're activating an edge right there.
Instead of an image, you just use text alignment.
Yeah, text. This is a button. Cool. Here it's the same, but it's mirrored, and you go back to the to go to the third page where is a doll. If you click on the doll, you show you activate a bookmark.
Because Pedro, sorry to interrupt you, but that is a button also, right? That the doll. She is put on a button, on a blank button, or is it just an image?
Actually, it's an image, but the image has also an action option. So you can use buttons, you can use image, you can use icons.
But it is a transparent image, right? Did you use PNG for that, so that it is transparent?
Exactly. It's a full PNG transparent image. If you obtain it directly from Google, it's okay. If you use if you use Photoshop to clean, it's okay too. So it's up to you. What is the best tool that fits your needs? So I use Photopeia, which is a Photoshop online. So I took off the background, so I can show up was like an image with a full quality.
So on the image you can also put an action, so not only on the button but also on an image.
Exactly.
And there you said if you press it, then open a bookmark. All right.
You open the bookmark. Conversa doll start. Conversa means talk. You talk to the doll.
Yeah.
Conversation. We have this view. Click on view and go to bookmarks. Bookmarks. What is doll start? Conversa doll start. If we click here, there is a group, and for the to see the groups, I can see the selection tab, which shows to us all of resources in that page, even the hidden resources. So if we click on here, what is she or he's going to do? He's going to hide the doll, doll here, so we don't have conflict between the image, and he will show it will show the dialogue group, which has the doll big face, which is a picture. If you have a picture of the whole body, it's a good point to crop that. So you take the head through the chest, so you can reduce the image and actually you reduce the image as a whole. But in Power BI you get a higher image from this part. So it will gain you obtain the exactly effect that I want to, because that's a big face. Big face, not a big head with a face. It's a chest with the.
And I liked it how you played with layers. So you put that image on the background and then the text over it, so that is nicely aligned. And then you have this text in it. You have a button in it again to close the screen, which also has, assume, a bookmark to go back to the previous, right? That the little link on the bottom. That's also a bookmark, I assume. Yeah.
The big face is behind the other elements. Nice. Conversa fundo is the background to the conversation. Conversa message is the message of the conversation.
Text box,
Yeah. E iniciar relatório is start report, so it's the button. So
of course it goes to the other page.
Yeah.
Starting the hunt, it was.
It started the hunt, exactly.
Yeah.
All of these
and
elements.
So there you go to the next page again. Now, Pedro, because people are watching and now they're really liking it, and Martijn is also watching it. I know that he also makes a lot of dashboards, and he has a suggestion. Maybe, the first page could, because you are switching to another image. Maybe that could also have been an image overlaying the other one, also with a bookmark, maybe. So that's maybe a good suggestion. I really like it, Pedro, what you do. So, but Martijn is saying, no, that could also be an option, and you're applying that basically in the second page, so you know about it. Yeah. So what next? So how did you create, for example, when you go really into the hunt, you see a lot of graphics on it. How were you able to have this nice alignment, for example, on the top? Are these all separate images, or what? How did you create this top bar, for example?
Yeah, you can actually use Figma to create the whole background, but I didn't. I created each by one, so it's a separated image. That's another image. All of these icons on the menu, top on the menu, are separated image. These are another image. This character is a button. That is a filter, but the background is another image. A table, another table, a matrix with a background.
But it's really nice aligned, so it looks as a whole. You mean, no?
Yeah.
I really like it. But that must be coming from your. Now I understand. I didn't know that before now, because you created also RPGs, so also the screens probably. You have a background in that and creating those. Nice.
Yeah. I was trying to give some space to the graphics will breathe.
And so every image has a link, an action behind it, and does it then open a new sheet or?
Yeah, if you create these visuals on Figma, you obtain a lot of performance. So because the Power BI will just will load only the background, and specifically elements which represent the page navigations and some actions. But here we have some, for instance, this if you hover your mouse through this button, you'll say, oh, you're here. So
nice.
Go to another page. Here we have the it's an image with an action to page navigation weapons. It's smart to create page navigations, because if you create bookmarks, you will get stuff, a lot of bookmarks. You become so it's bad for maintenance.
And the performance maybe get a hit also, because you're loading so many objects maybe in the background already. I don't know how it works.
You take a lot of time to understand. Maybe if you turn back.
It makes sense. Makes sense to do it like this. Cool. So the rest of the page is a little bit like that. So how long did it take you to? Because the data took you quite some time. How long were you busy creating this dashboard, if I may ask?
I took 12 days to create. I don't know exactly.
In your free job, next to your daytime job, right?
Yeah. I don't know exactly what time, how long I took exactly on the database, on the dashboard design, but in the full complete job, I took 12 days.
Yeah, now Nice, right? Because in the daytime you're a Power BI consultant, right? So you're helping companies getting insight via Power BI. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been working with Power BI and Power Apps for
awesome.
almost 3 years, developing dozens of
Yeah,
business report and applications.
yeah. Well, I get a nice message from Kavita. Nice that you're watching, Kavita. So you just got a notification that we're live. That's right, we're live. And yeah, the topic is every month we discuss dashboards and how they are designed. And Pedro made this dashboard and is telling us a little bit about the background on how he created it. So that's what we do every week. We discuss Power BI. And this time, the last Thursday is about design. We do that every month. So I know, Pedro, so by the way, if you have other questions on how this was created, or maybe you have tips, or just let us know in the comments, because you can talk live with us via LinkedIn and YouTube. So if you have any question for Pedro, let us know. What I like about this, maybe the question to you, are there elements from this dashboard that you are using now in your business dashboard? Why not? Tips and tricks maybe that you learned. Thought, hey, maybe this help screens, for example, if you put a little bit of an avatar or a person next to it, is that something you apply now in your when you work for clients now? Or not?
Oh, sorry, you're not saying about the resources.
No, not about the game, but the features, the design elements. Yeah.
I thought the question is about the element. Oh no, I don't use any resource.
No weapons, no armor, but no, but I is it something you use that you have applied in the business dashboards?
Okay. The main thing I like to develop this personal project is to improve my abilities on Power BI. So if I ask myself, oh, how can I do this? What if I had some avatar on my company that I want to guide an area? Oh, for instance, I'm working to a report to marketing, so I want to do something like that. How can I do that? So I understand how can I do that. If I use matrix with conditional formatting. I use for instance, let me see, I use a lot of bookmarks. A lot of this selection panel is so useful, so you can see what elements,
organize all these elements.
Organize this element. You can see if you have for instance, I don't know which is this element. I just click here and I go to selection and it's here. I can I can change its layer by here. It's priority. So I can change its title by here. It's so useful. Let me see another key for here in weapons. Okay. Let me see armors. So I go to armors, weapons and sights. Weapons and sights. We have a new feature which is parameter. So you go to modeling.
You use that also.
Field.
Field parameter.
You can choose if you want to analyze physical, bloody, or total damage. It's here in bosses insights. We have this parameter too.
So you're also applying new capabilities. Hey, see, maybe you can implement it in a nicer way. Nice.
For instance, for consulting only, view only, I have the image of the drop. What item does the boss drop when he is defeated? So you can use an image in the
How did you use the image? Because you had in the Excel sheet, you had these URLs for the PNGs, right? So, but how do you then show it in this table as an image? Can you show people how you do that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
here I had this drop, right?
Yeah.
So drop is table boss image item drop. So hit
Yeah.
right here,
Yeah.
image table boss image item drop. So I created a variable which which takes the code item drop. What is
Mm-hmm.
code item drop? It's the, let me see here,
Mm-hmm.
table boss code item drop right here is the name of the drop, the name
Mm-hmm.
or the code.
Yeah.
And why do I do that? Why do I create this calculate column? Because there are bosses which drops items, but there are bosses which drops
Ah. Yeah.
attires
Yeah.
or weapons
Yeah.
or items by covenant.
Yeah.
So it's not, oh, this boss will drop
Yeah.
specifically an item. It's not true. So I create a switch. Oh, takes the free first free
Yeah.
characters from card item. Is it an item? Is
Yeah.
it an attire? Is it an weapon? Or
Yeah.
is it a covenant? If it is an item, so look up the value,
Mm-hmm.
search for me the value of the image item. So you take the image of this item specifically.
And
But
that column contains then this URL that you copied and paste, right? And how do you show then that URL as an image? How you because it isn't showing not an URL, it's showing an image. How do
yeah,
you do
that's
that?
yeah. When you paste the image right here,
Yeah.
you go to image.
Yeah.
You can. My screen is not showing all the features on the screen, but if you go here
Yeah.
and open
Oh yeah. Yeah.
this is become more interesting.
Yeah.
We can go here and categorize our
Right.
column by image URL. If I
Uh-huh.
click uncategorized,
Yeah.
he will show me the link.
Yeah. You see it. Yeah.
Show me the link. Oh, I
So
don't
with
like
the
that.
no.
I
So
don't
with
want
the
that.
let's change it back. So with this data category, you can say don't put the text there, but look at the content of the URL and show the image that's behind the URL.
Yeah,
That's
that's
very
true.
smart, right? That's very cool way. Hopefully they never change the URLs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you are using a table visual, you have to do this job. But
Yeah.
if you're using, for instance,
Yeah.
simple image is a
Yeah.
custom visual which can shows an image. We don't need exactly to do that. Image boss is categorized, but if I uncategorize that,
Yeah.
it will keep in showing the image.
All right. Oh, so you did use a custom visual there, and it is called
Yeah,
single image or something?
yeah,
Yeah,
simple image. We have
simple
simple
image.
image
Oh
is
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's right away an answer for Kavita because he was just asking, do you use only native visuals or also any custom visuals? So simple image is one that you use.
yeah. I have
And
another one,
yeah, what other
image
ones do you
grid, but
use?
I don't use image grid.
Okay.
I tried to use, but I forgot then.
Mm-hmm.
So I have one hierarchy slicer here because here in locations, if I in locations there are locations which has no boss, but there are locations which has one or
Mm.
two bosses. For
Mm-hmm.
instance, research hall has two bosses, altar of despair has one boss, but abandoned old workshop has no boss. So if I use the hierarchy standard slicer, uh, abandoned old workshop will show two empty values. That's no
It's not looking
uh,
nice. Hey,
it's not so visually
that's
beautiful.
strange that it is not yet in the standard indeed. So you have to use there the custom, and in the custom you could also change the icon then from the square to the circles, or is that a feature from this custom hierarchy filter? Because you have the circles before the items, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's some controls that we can see here.
Nice. Oh yeah, strings are empty.
The magic happens when we toggle this button on.
Yeah.
Strings are empty.
Yeah, cool. Now, Kavita, so that's are the custom visuals. Before we leave, because maybe you can show that also. I'm gonna hide your screen now, but you have also your portfolio. I like it on your LinkedIn page, and maybe you can show. Especially for my daughter, who's also maybe watching. You have also one for Ladybug. Can you show your LinkedIn page? Because people can just visit it if they want it, because you have your whole portfolio on your LinkedIn page. So I wait for you to go to your LinkedIn page. And then
you want me to show the
portfolio page where you have your portfolio of different Power BI dashboards amongst others.
Okay.
And maybe you can then go to the Ladybug one. So I'll wait for you before you are on the LinkedIn page, and then I'll add your screen again. Because I like it that you put your portfolio there. I think everyone should do that. So you're there. It's a little bit slow loading, but this is your and you have then in your featured resources. There it is. Yes, and Bloodborne is also there. Because you had a lot of there were a huge amount of views, right, on your Bloodborne dashboard, because there were so many likes. Do you know how many times it was viewed, that post, or?
I wasn't expecting that.
No, but do you have a number how many times it was viewed?
I guess 2,000 or more, 2,000 views. I guess.
No, I think way more.
Well, let me explain a bit.
There were hundreds of likes, so it must have been tens of thousands of views. So that's nice. Yeah. So this is your portfolio page.
Yeah, that's my portfolio. Nice. We have some categories right here. My profile, my projects on Power BI, Power Apps, some certifications. Some publishings that I wrote a book, a poems book.
Oh.
I have a course also.
What kind of book with poems?
It's in Portuguese. It means poemia. Poemia is like a poem with bohem. So it's like
nice. You're a man with a lot of talents. You write poems. Yeah, cool.
It's not a talent. Is right what the heart feels.
It's already there. You're just writing it down. I like it. So, but also Power BI.
Some projects on Power BI.
Let's go to the because you had the Ladybug. That was the one.
Ladybug.
The tic-tac-toe, right?
Yeah, Ladybug is a tic-tac-toe with Ladybug.
Let's close with that one. I read it.
You click here in visualize, so you can see the
video. Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah, it's okay. So, turn by turn, you put where you want and it says, it's not your turn yet. And then Ladybug and her cat friend are playing tic-tac-toe. Where do you want to put the Ladybug icon or the cat icon? See one. Ladybug.
Yeah, and you can choose Ladybug or Cat Noir to start the play.
Exactly. I like it. All made in Power BI.
All made in Power BI,
Great.
With only built-in features.
All right, no custom visuals at all.
And the most interesting thing in this report is going to happen right here. When you have when no one wins the game, happens something that I think
they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight again.
Yeah.
It's always Ladybug and Cat Noir, always fighting.
É minha vez means it's my turn.
Yeah.
In Portuguese.
Yeah. Okay, let's play it out. Nobody's gonna win.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
Ladybug. No, nobody.
Oh, it's knock him off.
Oh, we get the evil guy.
Yeah, it's the evil guy.
Nice, right? I really like it. And I do think this is all, like you said, challenge yourself. Can it be done? It will always be worthwhile in everything you do after that. Because it, you know the solution and you can maybe, I like it. Thank you so much, Pedro, for being our guest. By the way, I totally forgot it. Lonneke will be back next month. Normally, I co-host this with Lonneke. For people who missed her, she will be back next week. I'm not sure whether she will be hosting then alone or with me. We'll have to look at the agendas, etc., and the holidays. But one of us will be there, and then so no worries. Martijn Gooijer also thanks you, Pedro. And now thanks again. Hope you liked it, people. If you liked it, then don't forget the thumbs up, the likes, so that other people maybe also see it in their timelines on YouTube or LinkedIn. So hope you liked it. We'll be back next week with a Cat Response live. To be honest with you, it will not be a live. So yeah, should it then be called Cat Response live? It has been recorded because due to holidays, etc., we have recorded a couple of sessions before. But you can still comment, of course, because we're going to read them. But it will be more a recorded live session. We did not edit it at all, so it's just like it's live. But if you wonder why we don't answer, maybe we should put a little disclaimer before. Why aren't you reacting? Because it's recorded. So that's what then you know it. And next week we'll be talking with. Ready for the moderator to put the next week. There it is. It's going to be about accountants, because they're using all these audit files from bank statements to accountant systems. And that's a default format. And I know that a lot of accountants are doing a lot of manual work then to translate these audit files in Excel probably into all kinds of insights. There's a smarter way with Power BI, of course. So Wout will show their solution, how you can easily load this international standard, maybe even, of an audit file, translate it right away in Insight in Power BI. So it's going to be very great, and he's going to explain how he did that. Well, we talked long enough, Pedro. Back to work. And and thanks again. And now, if you have any other dashboards you want to share on the next game, what is the current dashboard you're working on in your free time?
Actually, no.
At the moment, you're taking a little pause now.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I can imagine. Because it took a lot of work. So let us know if you have new ideas or new things to share. You're always welcome. Okay, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching.
Thank you for the invite. Thank you, all of you.
You're welcome,
it's
Pedro.
It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Same here. Thank you very much. Okay.